Alright, so let's take a break from functions and now let's talk about dictionary in Python. Welcome to another episode of the Python Programming for Beginners series. I know the word dictionary is familiar and I can guarantee that dictionary Python is also synonymous to your normal dictionary. Normal dictionaries we have around. Dictionaries contain certain words and it gives you the definition of those words or the meaning of those words. That is also close to what dictionary is in Python. In Python, a dictionary is another data type. In our previous videos, we've talked about strings, we've talked about numbers, we've talked about Boolean, which other data type. Okay, we talked about integer and float separately as the two different types of numbers we have. So dictionary is another data type that stores key value pairs. So you can liken your key to the word you want to look for in your dictionary, and you can liken the value to the definition of your word. So dictionary is a data type that stores key value pairs. It is unordered, it is mutable, and it is indexed by keys. What I mean by unordered is that, okay, let me write that in case you don't get what I mean by that. Unordered. What I mean by unordered is that the order of your key values in a dictionary is not guaranteed, unlike list. In list, the order of your items are guaranteed. The orders do not change except you manually mutate it. But for dictionary, the order is not guaranteed. The order can change at any time without giving you any notice. So the order of key value pairs in a dictionary is not guaranteed, it is unordered. A dictionary is also mutable in that it is easily modifiable. You can easily modify your dictionary. So they can call these properties of a dictionary. It is unordered, it is modifiable, alright? And a dictionary is also indexed by the keys. Dictionary contains key value pairs, so it is indexed by the keys. Unlike a list is indexed using the index numbers. You can call it indices. So on a dictionary, it is indexed by the keys. You can say with the keys, how you like it. Before we go to the properties of a dictionary, we can have an example of a dictionary. So for example, you have a person, you have a variable called person, which is standing for someone and you want to collate the data of that person in a single file. You cannot use a list for such purpose. A list is used for list of items, but dictionary you can have a key and you have the value of that key. So for example, you have the name of your person. Let's call it, you can call it, okay. So you have name. You can call the name of your person. You can say the name is John. You can say the age of the person, the age of John. Don't mind me, I'm kind of used to JavaScript. With JavaScript, you can write the key of your object. We call this object in JavaScript, not dictionary. So you can write the keys without using string, without using quotes or whatever. So let's say the age of person is, let's say 25. Okay, that is age of John. You can also say the city of John. City. Okay, you can say the city of John is, you can call it, which city should we use? We can use New York. Okay, so let's use New York for John. Alright, so this is a typical example of a dictionary. The first value you see here is what we call key, and then followed by the value. This is the key and this is the value. So dictionary is a container for key value pairs. This is the key, this is the value, this is key, this is the value. This is another key and this is the value of the key. Another thing to note about dictionary is that each key in a dictionary must be unique. You cannot have two different keys with the same name in a single dictionary. If you have multiple keys with the same name in the dictionary, the last occurring key will override the previous ones. For example, we have name, where if you have another name inside the same dictionary, so let's say we have another name here with the value of, let's say, James. So if we print this now, You can print, can print. So let's print person and see what we have in our console. So you can see now that the name of James has overwritten John, which is indirectly telling us that you can have a name. You can have a single unique name in a dictionary. You cannot have multiple keys with the same name inside of the same dictionary. The last occurring one is going to override the previous one. Same for other keys. If you have another H, that is going to override the first one. But a key in a dictionary must be unique. If you have multiple keys, the last one is going to override the previous ones. So the next point we have here is the proper formatting of dictionary. Like this person dictionary we have here now is just a simple illustration of dictionary. Realistically, you can have a dictionary with multiple paragraphs as the value. You can have, let's say this is a dictionary for a blog. So let's say this is the dictionary for a blog post. The blog post is going to have the title and it's going to have the body. The body can be a value for a key inside of a dictionary. So you can imagine how long that blog post is going to be. So for proper formatting of your dictionary, it's better you have this on this new line. You also have this on another line, followed by this and another line. This is not supposed to be there. So you have your closing curly braces on another line. So this is proper formatting of a dictionary. If you don't have your dictionary on a single line, that's very tedious to work with. Imagine you have multiple paragraphs as the value of your key, so that is very tedious to work with. Okay, so you can save that. The next point we'll be talking about in dictionary is accessing data from a dictionary. Okay, now that you have these properties, you have key values in a dictionary, how do you access them? How do you access these values from a dictionary? To access values in a dictionary, use the square bracket notation. How do you do that? You have the name of the dictionary, which is personal in this case, followed by a square bracket, and then as you can see, you see these suggestions from VS Code. So followed by each of the keys. For example, if you want to access the age, write age inside of the square bracket. So you can print this. You can assign it to a variable. Let's say variable age is equal to this. So if you print age, now let's run this. What do we have? So you have age as 25. This is how you access properties, values from a dictionary. If you want to access the city, you use city here. So if you run this again, you're going to have New York printed to your console. You use the square brackets notation to access values from a dictionary. The next thing we have here is using correct data type for your keys. Okay, this is another important thing to note whenever you are working with dictionary. You should use the proper data type. As you can see, if you remember when I was defining the dictionary, I want to use the name key without writing the quotes. So we are going to have this error of name is not defined. If you don't have error length stored, you may not have this written in your ID, but you have this yellow highlight. So if you don't have the quote, if you are passing string as the key, if you don't have the quote for string, so Python is going to consider this as a variable. And since you don't have any variable called name here, so it's going to tell you that the variable name is undefined. So you should always use the proper data type for your keys. If you want it to be number, you can use number. But if you want it to be string, you must have your quotes surrounding your string. So you should always use the proper data type. If the quote is not there, it is going to consider it as a variable. So that's that for data types for keys. And how can you add new items to an already defined dictionary? For example, this person dictionary now, if I want to add another item to it, how do I do that? So I do that using the square bracket notation. I have person, so I have my square bracket followed by the key, the new key that I want to add to the dictionary. For example, if I want to add the key of email to the dictionary, so I'm going to have person square bracket. I have the key which is email, and I'm going to supply the email that I want to add. So we can say email is john@mail.com. So if we print person now, we are going to see that email has been added to the person dictionary. So if we run this now, we have name to be John, age 25, city is New York, and you have email to be john@mail.com. This is how you add. If you print person at this level, so let's print person immediately after defining the dictionary, you see that originally email does not exist on the dictionary. So you can see email does not exist here, but at this line, the email value has been added to the dictionary. That's how you add new items to your dictionary. You can also possibly, you have an empty dictionary. There are times that you're working with this. You can also define an empty dictionary like this. So you have person to be this. If you also run this email key value pairs will be added to the dictionary also. So you can also have person, have person square bracket, name. Let's say this is name. You can say the name is Bob. Okay, so this is going to be bob@mail.com. You can have an empty dictionary like this, and then you continue adding the properties inside of the dictionary using this notation. So if we run this now, okay, we are going to write this correct. So initially, person dictionary is empty, but on these lines, we added these two properties to our dictionary. Okay, the next thing is how to update key value pairs. How do you update key value pairs? So let's go back to our John dictionaries. We have sufficient properties inside of it. So for example, we want to update the age of John to, let's say, 30. How do you do that? You are going to pass age into your square bracket and then the new value that you want to update to. So we want to update to 30. If we print this now, age must have been updated. So you see that John's age is now 30 years. That's how you update. If the key you are providing using this notation, the key does not exist initially, that will be created into your dictionary. But if the key exists, the value of that key is going to be updated. How do you remove a key value pair from a dictionary? To remove that using the delete keyword. Delete goes by DEL, then followed by the name of your dictionary, and then the name of the key you want to delete. So for example, we want to delete the age key value pair. If we run this now, you see that age does not exist again on the person dictionary. So use the delete keyword to delete any key value pair from a dictionary. Alright, the last part of this lesson is how do you look through a dictionary? Just like list, you can also look through a dictionary. Now we have this person dictionary. Just like look, you can look through this dictionary. How do you do that? You use the for loop. So you have for, then you have key. You can call this anything you like, but let's represent it with key. So followed by the in keyword and then the name of your dictionary. You see, it's almost the same as looping through a list. But the difference between this and a list is that only the key is considered whenever you are looking through a dictionary in this manner. Only the key will be considered, the values will be integrated. So let's print what we have as a key now. You can print this. Okay, so you have name, age, and city. So the values will be neglected if you are looking through, and if you are looking through a dictionary in this manner. But even with the key, you can as well access the value. To access that, you can just say print, you say person, and followed by, you have your square bracket and then followed by the key. So with this, you can as well access the values. If you run this now, then you are going to have John, which is for name. You have 25 as the age, and then you have New York as the city. So with this you can access both the key and the value. So you can print this like this. You can have F string. Let's say our F string, we have quotes. Okay, so we have curly braces. The first thing is the key. So here you can have colon, and then you have another curly braces that is enclosing this. So now you have your key, and then you have your value. Okay, string literal is not terminated. Okay, so this is all right. See how errorless can be. Without errorless, you just have your red square. Nice. The error will not be outlined for you like that. So now if you run this like this, you are going to have both things. You have name to be John, date to be 25, city to be New York. So we use this to construct a string for both the key and the value. There is another way that you can look through your dictionary. Looking through your dictionary like this is going to give you access to only the key. But if you need access to both the key and the value, so let's comment this out. So to look through dictionary, having access to both the key and the value, so you can say for, using for loop, you have your key, you have your comma followed by the value. You can actually call this any name you like. You can call this John, you can call this whatever name you like. You can call this dog, you can call this key, you can call it anything. So you have your key and your value followed by the in keyword. Then you have the name of your dictionary. Then you use the items method. Items will invoke the method, and then you have a colon. So you can now print both the key and the value. So let's print both the key and the value. With this notation, with this for loop notation, you can access the keys and the value and the go. So if you run this now, you have key printed, and then you have the value printed. So you have name, you have John, you have age, you have 25, you have city, you have New York. To illustrate that you can actually call this anything, you can call this dog and also call this goat. Okay, this is going to stand in for key, this is going to stand in for value. So we are printing dog, and then we are printing goats. This is illustrating that you can use anything for the key and the value. So you have this, you have name to be John, same as what we obtained in the first time you used key and the value as the variable name. Alright, I think this video is long enough. Let's talk more about dictionary in our next video. I'll see you there. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.